Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to the month of November, the month of movies that start with a consonant. There are going to be a lot of films being reviewed this month of all genres, all ratings, all, different kinds of films. And we're going to start off with an animated movie from 2004 done by Studio Ghibli and released through Disney. They distribute this. They did not make this movie. It is a beautifully, wonderfully, masterfully made animated movie by Japanese director Hayao Miyazaki. The guy is freaking brilliant. Howl's Moving Castle, letter H. Now, I saw this movie a couple days ago. I saw the Japanese version because that's the way to see it. It's subtitled, so if you've never seen an anime, this is subtitled. And this is a wonderful movie. This is one of the best animes I've ever seen from Miyazaki. I've only seen one other film he's done, and that's Ponyo. And the guy is brilliant. Like he has this visual style that it speaks for itself. When I first saw this movie on DVD, it's on Blu-ray as well. It's a long movie. It's almost 2 hours long. It's 119 minutes, and I was mesmerized by the sequel, by the sequences in this movie. Like the animation. Let me say the positives. There's a lot of positives in this movie. First of all, this hand drawn animation is absolutely gorgeous. I was looking at these visuals and I'm like, my God, this is a beautifully made movie. I can see why this got an 8.2 on IMDb. Yeah, screw you, Rogue One. This is a great movie. This is a near masterpiece. This is a long movie, but gives you everything. And there is some CGI in the movie with some of the scenes in the sky, but it's masterfully made. The voice cast, I think, does a bang up job. I don't know in the voice cast in the American dub. There's a lot of voice actors that I've heard of, but the cast does a great job. They show tons of emotion. They're funny. They have a lot of charm to them. They have subtle voices. And not that there was one voice of the old witch that I kind of got on my nerves because it sounds like I don't know, like a gay person. I don't know. It sounds like a really flamboyant woman or man. I have no idea, but that character kind of got on my nerves. But that's one negative. Um, and the story's really interesting. The lead girl, Sophie, the lead girl here, she starts off as a young woman and she's in just working at a shop, and her mother like says, oh, there's a prince that Howl, his moving castle is coming, and she wants to meet him. She meets up with him. He has his blonde hair because in anime they want to use different color hair, and he's very charming, and he has a dark secret that nobody wants to know about. And later in the film, that old witch that meets up with Sophie, and she casts a spell on her and turns her into an old lady. But even as an old lady, Sophie is very likable. You care about her. She's very, very heartwarming, and even when she gets tough and is motherly, you care about her. And the little boy that played Markle, he's very cute in the movie. He dresses as a wizard to meet with people. You have the Flame. There's a freaking fire demon, Flame, called Calcifer. Calcifer, yeah. It's a really likable character. He's a voice like this. Yeah, his voice is like a Japanese guy, with a really high pitched voice. But it's actually it's enjoyable. It doesn't bother me. And like I said, Miyazaki's directing is fantastic in this movie. I'm like, there is a reason this man's work is in a lot of IMDb's list. Like this and Princess Mononoke. Yeah, that gets high regards on IMDb. It's like the highest rated anime of all time. It got like an 8.6. And I can understand why my friend Sean doesn't like anime. I get it. This is a medium that you need to just get sucked in. It is a work of art that you just look at every single visual. You take in the story. You bond with the characters. This is very character based. This is not an action movie. This is a fantasy adventure with beautiful cinematography, beautiful animation. I mean, the colors are so vibrant. The movie has a tone that soothes me. There's a lot of dark moments in this movie, especially with Hal when you find out what happens to him. I don't want to spoil too much because I know this movie, a lot of my friends haven't seen it, but it is mesmerizing. And I know Emer before May he rest in peace did not care for this movie, but because he's like, oh, because this and this and that. And I'm like, I get the themes. Miyazaki always puts a theme in his movie. This one has some war themes. I get it, but it doesn't overshadow the movie. And What else can I say about Howl's Moving Castle? Like, if you have not seen a Studio Ghibli film, I would start with this one because it's not too dark, it's not too violent, so kids can watch this, but with their parents. There is some frightening imagery though, with these black shadows that go into the crowd and everything is really creepy there. And when Howl starts to melt and he turns into this thing that flies into the air, it's breathtaking though. I'm like, this was made by artists that know what they're doing. Hollywood, take notes from Miyazaki. There is a reason why he's been relevant for over 3 decades, because the man can direct. He makes beautiful animation. He has characters that you are drawn to. And look, the lead is a female. Well, Hal is a guy, but the lead character is a female, and she never once is a feminist. Never. She's very likable, and even as an old lady where she has a big nose and she has wrinkled skin, she's still very likable. And the fact that she has, she actually acts like an old woman, it works. It's believable. Also, there's other characters. There's a dog that follows her. There's the scarecrow right here. This scarecrow character could have been annoying. It has a face like this, and then it turns human at the end because the spell is broken once Howl realizes what he has to do, and he shares a love with Sophie that I buy. It's not Twilight BS where it's completely shoved down your face. You get it? They're in love. You get it? No, here it's very subtle. The score is amazing. It's beautiful Japanese soundtrack, score with with a beautiful singing, and it's soothing. This movie soothed me. After I saw this movie, I felt like $1 million. And this has not been the greatest year for me. But when I see anime and it's subtle and it's quiet and there's some beautiful imagery, I get sucked right into that world. And I'm like, thank you, Miyazaki. You haven't sold out like half of these directors that are freaking touching women and are assholes and are freaking bad directors that can't, keep the camera steady, or they cast people that I don't like. Wink, winkety, wink, wink. Yeah, this didn't do that. This is an amazing anime. And if you're a fan of anime, watch this. You will get sucked into the visuals when they're flying in the air and everything. It's breathtaking. This movie knocked my socks off. And no, it says Disney. They only distribute it, just like they do with Marvel. They only put the money into the distribution rights just so that Western audiences can get this gorgeous, beautiful animated movie. This is one of the best animated films from 2004. It lost to the Incredibles, which is a better movie, but damn, this is pretty damn close to the second place. And I would say this is way better than Shrek 2 because I like Shrek 2, but I think it's overrated. It gets way too much praise. It made a ton of money, and there's way too many Brits in it. In this version, only the dub has Brits in it because it has Gene Simmons, who's an old actress. You have Emily Mortimer, who I do like, and you have Christian Bale, who is Welsh, not British, but he's from the UK. You get it. But see the Japanese version. That's the one that's going to suck you in. That's the version that's going to keep you intense. You have to read subtitles. Hey, for Asian cinema, I will do it because they have atmosphere. Just like I said before, the atmosphere of this movie just sucks me right in. I felt like I was watching a painting come to life. And that's what Miyazaki's animation is. It's not bang bang, thank you, ma'am, action and stupid, dialogue and visuals that look like crap, like in Transformers. No, this is breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. It's like watching him paint these pretty colors and beautiful, animated characters and human characters and giving them depth, giving them personality, and giving them a purpose. That's what we don't have in these new Star Wars movies. I'm sorry. You have bland characters that do the same thing that we've seen before, and they have no personality, and they're boring, and you have a bunch of foreigners that can't act. Here, foreigners that can't act. That's the difference between your garbage Disney Wars and a movie like this that's 13 years old. It still holds up. Look what it says on the back. A breathtaking fantasy world. Absolutely. Who said that? Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times. This is why I love Japanese cinema. Whether it's a kaiju movie or a martial arts flick or beautifully animated movies like this. This movie would give Pixar a run for their money because it's beautiful. This is gorgeous animation. Like I just like Miyazaki is a genius. Some people say he's pretentious because he's trying to preach. I didn't see any preaching here. It was just an old woman that wants to get back to her young self, and she falls in love with a man that lives in a moving castle. That it's just it's imagination. It's actually they put effort into this, and I miss that about cinema. How come the Japanese and Asians all over the world can do great cinema mostly, and your American directors and British directors and this, they're not even putting effort? Effort, not effort. And there is a reason for it because Miyazaki's not an idiot. He's not going to sell out to Hollywood and make some stupid movie for cash. He does art. This is art. Absolutely. I can't gush about this movie anymore. Like I said, the movie does have some scenes that could have been cut out, like with the witch, because the witch just kind of creeped me out. But the rest of the movie is fantastic. This is one of the best films from 2004, and I would highly recommend it. Stop watching Frozen 100 times. Watch something different. It's definitely different. I love Frozen, but this movie sucked me in a lot more. And just Miyazaki is just that man is a master of visual storytelling with likable characters. Abrams, you wish you were Miyazaki. You wish you were him. And I'd take this girl any day over Felicity Jones's boring freaking Jyn Erso or the hobo or freaking whoever else is going to be in these Disney wars. Because I'm sorry, when I see stuff like this, I'm like, Hollywood, where is your imagination? Oh no, it's up somebody's arse because they're freaking doing sexual assault. Which keep your hands to yourself. Use your hands to make art like this, and that's all I gotta say. Anyway, I don't want to get too political. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you watch all my videos in November. I'm right into there. I'm gonna just keep going. We got to letter H. Next time we'll talk about another movie with a consonant. That's also really good. But yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. This is amazing. I bought this for $1. Well spent. It was worth more than that. And Miyazaki, I want to see more of his stuff because he just builds a world that I just get sucked right into. And this is living proof of it. So see you guys in the next review.